So just approaching Berkhamsted now, you'll see for the first time now the tilt in full action. So we're going to tilt left when we go under this bridge and through the station. And just off to the right there, we have Berkhamsted Castle, which was built in the 11th century to protect the northern approaches to London. Still a little bit of it left, and apparently you can go around, but yeah, nice relic to look at as you go past there.
Did they build it to be near the railway line, Dave?
Possibly, yeah. It's been mentioned on other occasions.
It has a few times.
Building castles so close to the railway, not a good idea.
No.
Okay, this is North Church Tunnel. You can see our tunnel there. If you quickly have a look there as you went through, there was 2 single bore tunnels on the right-hand side. So one track, that's what we call single bore tunnel, is when one track goes through just one piece of the tunnel. We went through a dual track sectional line there. The tunnel had both the fast lines in it, but the slow lines go through what we call a single bore tunnel. And a little bit further up, we will go through our own single bore tunnel, which is a good clip to watch with full tilt. Many people have ducked their heads down in the cab when they've been with me here, when we've had guests at various points. But that's a little bit further up. We're heading quickly towards Tring now. Tring Cutting, when the railway was originally built in 1838, was a little bit of a stop-start thing for the railway. They didn't know whether to go round, very difficult to go round, so they dug through. And at the time, you'll see it shortly, this cutting was completely dug out by hand by Irish navvies, spades. I think they used explosive on a couple of really, really rocky, hard bits. But this cutting, fantastic feat of engineering in its day, 1838, as I say, thousands of guys will have dug this out. A number of people probably lost their lives while they were using explosives to do it. But this is Tring Cutting. It's 2.5 miles long, and at its height it's around 42 feet high on both sides. Originally just 2 lines, but now it's been extended to fit all 4 lines in. But that was quite a feat of engineering when the line was first completed. One of the big ticks in the box for Stephenson when he completed the line to have got through Tring Cutting. But yeah, 2.5 miles, 40 feet deep, a lot of work, blood, sweat and tears in there.
In the up direction as well to London Euston, at the top of Tring station there, drivers have actually shut off power and never used anything again until they've gone to London Euston. So basically eco-driving, using the gradient down into London Euston itself. Yeah,
Tring station is the high point, so you've run down again towards London, and we're basically running now down towards Leighton Buzzard. So there's a lot of inertia in the trains as well. So when Darran says about shutting off power, the train obviously, the 400-500 tons, and there's a lot of kinetic energy in them. So they maintain the speed with the weight. Obviously it works against you going uphill, but going downhill, it allows us to shut off power. So we're not taking any power at this point, and the train will maintain its speed down this long, straight part of the railway towards, we're just past Cheddington shortly, through Cheddington station, one of the more infamous moments of the West Coast main line historically, very famous one of course as well, was the Great Train Robbery. And this sectional line is actually where the train robbery took place. I'll tell you a little bit about it. The train was stopped, the mail train was stopped coming north to south in 1963. They made obviously a great plan to stop the train. They took the locomotive and 2 of the vehicles off the rest of the train, uncoupled them, and moved the train about a mile further up from where it was brought to a stand. And they robbed £2.6 million from the train. And obviously very famous now, but a very infamous act, and as I say, took place in this section here. And we are currently just running up towards where the train was moved to while all the things were taken off, all the money was taken off. It's about 2.5 tons in weight of money apparently. and £2.6 million. And it's currently called, or it was called, and it's just there. That bridge we've just gone over was the bridge in question, Bridego Bridge, and the train was brought to a stand just about here somewhere. And that's where the original train brought to a stand and then split off and taken further up to be unloaded, and of course making their getaway, only to be caught some months later, I believe, all of them.
David, how did they stop the train with the signalling equipment?
Well, they actually allegedly put a sock into the original light, the green light, and used a little battery with a small light on to illuminate the red signal. So just coming up now to a really good bit. So we're going to tilt left now, full tilt, 11% tilt, at 125 mile an hour, and go into the single bore tunnel that is Linslade Tunnel.
I feel like I'm going to duck now.
Fantastic, this bit. Roller coaster ride, really. A lot of pressure in the tunnel. We come out the tunnel straight and then go into another left-hand full tilt turn.
It is actually very impressive when you go into Linslade Tunnel.
Yeah, I think if you sat in the train and you feel it, you'll feel your ears pop in the train even now. But in the cab, obviously, yeah, we're not quite as sheltered as you are in the train. So some of the window seals in the train make it a little bit of a bang sometimes. And certainly in the old days when the steam engines went through that tunnel, obviously not 125 mile an hour, but maybe 80, 90 mile an hour, the footplate that they stood on, and that's where the name comes from, the footplate, the piece of metal that the steam engines had, that would lift up in the air, and the fire would come out of the firebox into the area where the footplate was, and drivers would probably use the max to stand to one side and stop themselves getting a little bit of a scorching for a few moments. But yeah, very impressive if you were in steam engine. I'm sure, I don't think I'd have liked it. I don't know about you, Darran. I don't think I particularly like a fire screaming out of a firebox at me and the footplate lifting up below my feet.